from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This is Madden NFL 21. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
There are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Now KJ Osborne. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Vikings ready to go to work, led out by their quarterback in his third year wearing purple, ninth year overall in the NFL, a Pro Bowler in Kirk Cousins.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he's just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
A run there with Cook on first down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Cousins gives way to Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
He was taken down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's third down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down.
I don't care how you look at it, how you cut it, how you parse it. Adam Thielen continues to be an absolute marvel coming from where he did Division III football to being one of the top receivers in the NFL. But it's going to be vital for the Vikings in 2020 to keep number 19 on the field, especially since he lost his old running mate Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills. And a hamstring injury last year really held his numbers in check. His lowest receiving yardage since 2015. Look for another breakout from Adam Thielen after plays like that.
On second down, Cook. Oh, what a juke into space. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 48 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Seahawks take over first and 10.
Out now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, 6-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career. 31 touchdown passes, and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
7-yard line.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, it's Carson, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Seahawks, nothing.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
1st and 10.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now a give right side. Carson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Carson. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
A gain of 9.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now a give right side. Carson the first down and more. And finally taken down at the 15. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Pushing through the contact. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Wilson to Metcalf that time. 1st down, Seattle.
Good catch there by DK Metcalf. And when he came into the league, we were all impressed by his physical attributes. Looked like he was chiseled out of stone. This guy's body is one that we all really wanted to have. But as his rookie season progressed, they added more and more to his plate. Now at times, with his size, his speed, and ability to catch the ball downfield, he looks downright unstoppable.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Vikings' 2-yard line.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now it's Wilson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but now it's 3rd and goal. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They run for it with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run.
Jason Myers.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here's Osborne. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Minnesota Vikings retaking possession. And this is a team, you remember, a playoff squad a year ago, but into the win column for the first time in 2020 Week 4, beating winless Houston 31-23. And the offense came alive. Dalvin Cook, a huge factor in Week 4, 130 yards, a couple of touchdowns, and Adam Thielen CD had his second 100-yard receiving game of the season.
And don't forget the rookie, Justin Jefferson out of LSU, their first-round pick as a receiver. He's gone over 100 the last 2 games as well and introduced, what do they call that, the gritty dance? Is that what he calls it? He's introduced that to the NFL as well. So just when everyone figured out how to floss, now they got to figure out how to do the gritty dance. And Justin Jefferson says, I'm just getting started as a receiver. Plenty more coming. Now that the Vikings team is off the schneid, in Seattle on a Sunday nighter, home for Atlanta before their open week, Week 7. I think Mike Zimmer, their head coach, was really pleased, Brandon, how they won this last game. That was more Zim style, running the football and some good defense when they needed it.
This one brought in by Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
A gain of 15.
And the running back position just continues to evolve from what I saw as a youngster when you just took the ball from the quarterback and ran as far as you could. Nowadays, you've got to be able to catch the ball as well. And there were 15 running backs last season, partner, that ran for over 1,000 yards, but only 3 had 500 or more receiving yards as well. Leonard Fournette with Jacksonville, Christian McCaffrey, of course, with Carolina, and this guy right here, Dalvin Cook.
First down, here's Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Vikings.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This one fielded at the 5.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
We can't have that.
So that one will be accepted.
Still first down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Right there. 54, right there.
Throwing is Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Ball carrier. He was brought down by Mike Hughes. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 12.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He may try and run for this. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The return is Osborne. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
A throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end.
Cousins pass.
7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They go play action. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU. And Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him, his ability to play the ball in the air and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
To the air again, it's Cousins. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brought down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
Dan Bailey.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So Wilson and the Seahawks down 14-7. Less than 90 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now is Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Back to throw. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and goal.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. One last shot for Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Pass intended for Tyler Lockett. Incomplete. Brings up 4th and goal.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. One final shot they'll look to throw. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. First throw in overtime now for Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
Now here's Michael Dixon on for a very important punt here in overtime. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And it's third down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Cousins pass. Intended for Kyle Rudolph. Incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A 1 yard gain there following the 3 yard pickup on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I got you, boy.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st down, Carson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk 1st.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a 1st down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
first down with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This to win it in overtime. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will play on here in overtime. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. One overtime. How about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
Dan Bailey for the Viking field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.